Hi, welcome to That's a Thing podcast. It is episode .21, and it is Friday the 17th of May.
Yeah, Friday.
Woo-hoo. I'm Drew, you know where.
I'm Rayliv, you know, Kevin Rayliv, you know who.
If you didn't, now you know. I'm Cody Driderman.
Yeah, frequent third chair, or rotating third chair.
Yeah, again, it's
a surprise every week.
Yeah, you never know who you're getting.
Yeah, it's also the other joke of me and Kevin are the same.
Yeah.
Nolan
There's a reason
Cody
Nolan and I
same.
are never here at the same
Yeah,
time.
maybe it's like a rotating
There's
second
only
chair.
two people doing this entire podcast.
Yeah, it's all me. That's the grand solution. I actually I turned down. Yeah, we're talking from shop. I toned down the capture a little bit because we were spiking a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting into
so
that red.
I had to kind of like tone it down. And then I think this is fine. I think we're doing okay. Anyway, games being played is Tekken.
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking at the beginning because I'm good. So, this week, we had some video game shenanigans talked about. The number one thing, at least the number one thing I saw, was that Microsoft and Sony have announced that they're going to be cooperating on their cloud kind of storage/streaming system. And that means that they're cooperating to counter Google. Like, that's what that says to me, is that they want their own Stadia. And I think that's scary, on the pure reason that Microsoft is fine. They want everything to be on the Xbox. But Sony is very like, you get out. Remember, because like when Fortnite was doing all their like cross promotion stuff, Sony didn't want to do it. And Fortnite had to basically tell, yo, we're not going to be on your system. And then they're like, okay, maybe you can.
See, I read it more as just like Sony is finally breaking down about cross-platform play. I think they're finally just accepting, like, we'll still get the exclusives. No, it's just we'll still get the exclusives we need to be like PlayStation 5 is the console you want to buy. But it's also like, well, we're just not going to look like a dick. If you want to play Fortnite with your friends,
yeah, play
Fortnite with your friends.
I think I feel like the next Xbox and the PlayStation 5 are going to get weird. Like, I feel like the next one is not going to be like it's like how we've had where it's you buy a system, it's incrementally powerful, more powerful than the last. I feel like the next one's going to get weird. Like, it might even be like how like computers are, where you don't buy like the Sony computer.
You buy like a base model, and then you can go from there.
Or you buy the Sony computer, like you buy the laptop, but it plays everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't. And I think it might be going more.
Oh, like if games are just like, instead of there's a X release or a Y release, it's just, no, now you're buying, games are effectively DVDs and you buy your DVD player.
Yeah.
Which Xbox and Sony will both make.
Yeah, and it's kind of, or like, so you're
but what if the Dreamcast can read them?
No, well, see, if the Dreamcast can read them, then
we can just burn
them.
all of them.
We've solved the problem.
Take that, Stadia.
We solved it. We defeated you. We defeated.
But wait, where do you buy CD-ROMs?
Oh no, those Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
Walmart, Target,
Dude, those aren't going away.
Those are hard. Those are easy to come by.
Those are the hard.
They have not gone the way of the floppy disk yet.
Not yet.
Because you still got to be able to give those to your grandparents full of pictures.
Also,
Burn your
like
mixtapes.
Yeah, like you got to get it going. So that's like it's just like it's just so weird. It's
Are there
weird
kids who don't know what mixtapes are?
No, they know.
Or do they know what burned CDs are?
Well, there's like whenever you think, and me and
mixtape has just become a catch-all term.
And me and my dad were talking about it because there was a thing on the news, and they were doing like, oh, look at this kid, he can't figure out how to work like a rotary phone. Like, he'd never seen it. And we said that's BS because nowadays there's so many like period piece and throwback stuff where you see like guys using, like, you can't say like, what's a VHS player? Who knows? Oh, here's 2 seasons of Stranger Things where they're explicitly watching like
VHS tapes.
So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's not in use, but people are like, I don't know. It's even in our age, people are saying like, you guys don't know what record players are.
That one boomer joke is hopefully dying.
Yeah, but it's like,
but it's not though. And the ironic part is though, like, you give them a phone, like a modern phone, and it's like, what's it?
Check your email.
Yeah. Change your password.
Excuse me, phone password.
Remember,
Help me, Google.
remember, that is the generation that has the joke of it's impossible to set the time on a VCR.
That was easy.
Yes, it is.
That was always easy.
Yes, it is.
Now, if you want shenanigans, you try to mess with those fancy settings on your like microwave.
Yeah.
So man, the other day I had to cook something at like 50% power on my microwave. And I was like, man, I'm
See,
messing
I
shit.
always see. Thankfully, most food I eat, the garbage is like no microwave on high,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure if I ever came to it and it said not high, just microwave on high.
Just half the time.
No, still full time and everything.
crank it.
We're just gonna see how this comes out.
It's great. Nah, man, my Stouffer's lasagna. No, it was Stouffer's meatloaf, man. It's great. It's good. Yeah, we got that stuff going. Other than that, Mario Maker 2 Direct happened, and it looks really good. It may be the thing that convinces me to get the Nintendo Online stuff
Yeah.
because Mario Maker's cool, and they're at the biggest thing I think in that Mario Maker 2, and it's sort of small but not really, is that they're changing. You can change the requirements on beating a level. So like, if you're like before, because like so say you want to get like 20 coins and then the level is beatable. So like you go to the end and you can't hit the flagpole if you don't have 20 coins.
I like
Which
that.
I think is really good because a lot of the problems in that first Mario Maker was like coins were worthless. So like why would I ever get a
Well,
coin?
they're not worthless because they're useful for level design.
Well, like yeah, they're
spelling out
they're
words
checkpoints and
Well,
stuff.
no, I mean like teaching like people
say,
how to
yeah,
like
where to
like this
jump.
is like this is where you go,
But it's like I like the idea. It's like no, this thing
and then
matters.
you lie to them with the last one.
Yeah, where like this thing matters, and you can make it so like you need to get 4 Goombas. It makes you.
You need to have this amiibo.
Oh, I hope not. There's one where it's like you can only jump once. You get like 1 jump.
Yeah.
So you better use it wisely, or like 2 or 3 jumps or something. So I think and
They're
just
doing interesting stuff
yeah.
with
And I
it.
like that they're doing multiplayer on both creation and play. So like you can have multiple people play a level, or you can build levels that are like races and stuff. And I think it's great. And it looks like how they're having like additional. They might be releasing like additional tile sets, and I think we might be getting in the future
Mario 2.
Mario 2 / Doki Doki Panic, where you can make your own one of those worlds. Which I
I
think
like it.
I
Can
think
you
that's
put in boss fights?
I made a boss fight.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could always put Bowser
you,
in.
you
forget,
might be able to put Birdo.
yeah, you forget boss fights in those games are very different from what like you're wanting it to mean.
Yeah, they like you can in the first one you can put in like Bowser and Bowser Jr. and like all of them, and then they added 2 more mini bosses. They added Boom Boom and I think the ninja from 3D World, who like makes 3 of her clones of herself, and then like you gotta pick which one's which. You hit her 3 times because it's Mario.
Yes.
That's how it works. That's how it do. And like it seems good. Other than that, I haven't been doing much. It's been kind of like on terms of like video games and stuff. Like I haven't really been doing anything other than playing Magic the Gathering still. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
I got special shout outs to Book of Mouths and Leon Witcher, the 2 people so disgusted by that cursed image they tweeted at me. They're this dazed.
Oh yeah, the Moomin Family Guy.
That
Yeah.
was pretty bad.
Holy crap, Moomin Mama.
That got a lot of traffic for me, which means it got a whole, let's see here,
Well, you're
8 retweets.
That's pretty good.
12 likes.
Well, you need to build that brand. You build that brand. I saw that. I saw
No,
that
see,
same tweet.
I was thinking about it. I also, like, I'm okay with being the Roman for this podcast.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You gotta find your role. You gotta know when how to do it.
You gotta know when to hold them,
Gotta
know when to fold them,
Know when to
know when to walk away,
Way.
know when to run.
Yeah,
You never count your money at the table.
that's his best song.
That's his only song.
That's his best song. I
Wait.
remember there was an old
No,
arcade
is
joke.
that no the kid? Is that also the? No, that is not. Who's saying Danger Zone? That's
No,
that's
that's-
Kenny something.
Well, I don't know. This
I don't
music's
either.
out of my.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
it's out of my ballpark
It's out of my
too.
wheelhouse. I remember there was like a Penny Arcade joke where they just wanted to have the guy come and sing The Gambler and then leave, like book him for one song because he's like, nah,
All you need.
that's all you need. Anyway, yo, Drew, what you been up to?
What have I been? Oh, I've been reading more Akira, which still good. There's a lot more manga than movie. There's a lot more manga than movie.
Yo,
And then also I started listening to Friends at the Table podcast. The Austin Walker.
Yeah, his D&D.
GMing.
His D&D crew.
No, it's not D&D. It's
Well, other roleplay.
Yeah.
Like when I say D&D, I'm using it in like
As a catch-all.
Yeah.
term.
excuse me, I call them adhesive medical strips and not band-aids.
yeah.
That's just one way the big companies keep
Yeah.
the little guys down.
I forget.
So I skipped the first campaign and went straight to
The second one.
the second one, but I was trying to remember the actual name of it. It's a like mech noir setting.
Like Big O?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Big O. It
like
is,
Big O.
yeah. And outsourced. I was about to say Outworld, but no,
Yeah,
that is,
Outworld.
that's not
The ultimate film noir setting.
Yeah. And it's every time I listen to like the best, not my Bam Bams.
My brother. And
Yeah,
me.
but they have a separate one called the Adventure Zone.
yeah.
That is every time like I listen to that or this, it just makes me want to play.
I'm tempted to do like make one of those. I'm just waiting. I'm personally because Rob's gonna be releasing his like version
1.0.
like his season 4 variant like
Yeah.
at the end of the month, and I wanted to see what that looks like before I like investigate it.
Counterweight. That's what it's called.
Counterweight.
Counterweight. And it's also the engine's really weird. So it's set up so it feels like a noir film where like the heroes investigate and push maybe a little too far, and then that means like then bad stuff happens to them back. You know,
Oh, I
it's the
see.
detective getting too far in and then getting roughed up and left in the gutter.
Yeah. Like how LA Noir was supposed to work, but kind of didn't
So
sometimes.
like the GM starts with no resources, but every time a player wants to do anything
they
and like
get
have
it.
actual so they have to like expend one of their dice and it goes to the GM.
Oh.
So then whenever he does something, he expends it and it goes
Oh,
to
so it's
whatever
a-
player it happened to.
So it's basically the more you press, the more you're given.
Yeah, like you go farther and you can go faster, but it also means you can get wrecked sooner and harder.
Yeah. I like those last two.
Yeah.
That's what we do
And
it.
it's also like all you do is roll d6.
I like.
And it's like you roll a d6, you take the high number, and if like you have multiples of it, then it becomes like if you have like 3 5s, that'd be like 5.2.
Okay. So it's just,
So that's how it breaks ties.
Okay.
makes sense.
But it's pretty good. Austin Walker, I would like to think he would be a friend of the show if we knew him.
Oh, he would. His taste is like
Very much our
complimentary.
own.
It's compliment.
And listening to, well, I came in late to his tenure at the Giant Bomb
yeah.
and Giant Beast cast, but I did not realize how much of a weeb he was.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. So there's some internet people where I'd be like, man, I like this person, but they would hate me.
Yeah.
I don't think Austin. I think Austin
Austin
would
is-
be cool.
no, would
I think
be-
he'd be like, nah, he'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be one of those people. I'm like, nah, that guy sucks. I hate him. But I'm like, oh, but I like you though.
Why
Please
can't
return our
we
calls.
be friends?
I can't off the top of my head think of people like that. Where I'm like, nah, I think you're. Oh no, I can't. Like Jeff Gershman.
No.
I don't think Jeff Gershman would be down with.
No, because he likes video games like too much for
Well,
you not to be able to like get along
Get
with him.
something.
Yeah, like
But-
you'd have something, but it's just
There's
like,
hope, Kevin.
but it's just like, I
You
don't
can
know,
still
man.
be Jeff Gershman's
No,
best
I don't
friend.
think I can be
Like-
Jeff Gershman's friend.
Is it wrong of me to say like I think Jeff Gershman's the coolest guy in the games industry?
No,
Like
no, you're
he
ain't
just
wrong.
he just is.
he's great.
Like, and that's the other thing. Like, he's just too cool for it to not like he wouldn't hate you. He's too cool to like
Nah,
hate you.
I think he'd think I was lame.
Also, remember like how much time he spent with Dan Riker.
I know.
Are you worse than Dan Riker? Sorry, are you worse than Dan Riker's character, Dan Riker?
I don't know. I don't know, man. But it's just like, I can't act. But there's been some people like, man, this person's great. They'd hate me. Oh, they would despise me. And I'm like, yeah,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
yeah. Stone Cold would not be down with what I'm into. There's a lot of people that would not be down with what I like. But that's just like there is a sense of like there's two kinds of people that you look at like, man, that guy would think I'm the greatest, and like I think that guy would be like, yeah, great, and then put you aside.
One you can't hang out with, and one you don't want to hang out with.
Well, yeah, they get to see behind the veil. You get to see where all the magic is.
Also, Kevin, let me ask though, why was that fan art better than your actual comic art?
Oh, because that person, Elena Mineta, is a professional artist that works on like a Disney Junior storyboard thing. So why it's better is because they are like for real.
So Kevin's getting his own series on Disney Junior
Oh man!
about the dangers of
Okay,
diarrhea.
I have.
No, they already did that. It was called Disney's Doug.
Yeah. So I have an idea about like what if I were to make like a children's television cartoon. I've thought about it. It'd be called Bugtown. And you would think it'd be like Busy Town.
Kevin, hold up. Do you really want to share
Yes.
this?
Yo,
Okay.
they can steal it because I don't think they. The idea is fine. It's the pulling off the idea. So it'd be called Bugtown, and at first it looked like kind of like a Busy World of Richard Scarry like ripoff. But as you go on, you find out that it's like the darkest show you've ever seen, without being vulgar or like explicit, but you're just seeing like how people act and behave, and it's just horrible.
Like teaching real life lessons.
Oh yeah, like it's like for real deal. Like Billy Bedbug's parents is just abusive and bad, and is a monster and needs to go away.
I see.
Like, oh,
man.
that's but it's just the idea. It's like, well, this is what the
Some children live in poverty.
Yep, like it's just like, yeah, no,
And no
it's
matter
real.
what they do, they can't climb out of it with their families.
Well, and it's just like, we need to change the Bugtown Park. It's too dirty. But then it goes down to like the legislative bug branch, and they're like, a 3% increase on taxes. No, like it just gets worse, and you see like it just get worse and worse.
Teach kids the lesson. Like, remember, taxes pay for good things for the city.
Oh yeah. But it would be so controversial, and you'd see like, oh.
So, okay, Kevin, let me reimagine what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cake guru for children.
Yeah, or moral oral. Basically, I want like moral oral, but like masquerading as a legit TV show. That's
So,
what I'm looking for.
I know that
Okay,
show's
kinda like
never going to
Jay-Z.
come about, but I'm really hoping that at some point, as my kid gets older, I see on Disney Junior Bugtown,
Yeah, Bugtown.
and it'd be something completely different.
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, that's fine. If you want to do
Like where
Bugtown-
they've
Could be
clearly,
a Bug's Life,
clearly
but
taken this
Yeah.
and then just said, but we're not going to do anything with
no,
it.
again, it'd just be a Bug's Life, but instead, like, everyone's drawn in that new modern,
Oh yeah, that
That'd
kind
be
of
a heck of a
yeah.
time gap.
modern Disney look.
It's also like I've thought of other things at Bugtown where it's like, does school really matter? Like that's one of the lessons where you
What?
see like blah 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 went to college for like a liberal arts degree, and that didn't go out well at all.
See, I thought you meant like elementary through high school, and I
No.
was like, well, no, that's just there because they realized they had a bunch of like children misplaced because their parents had to work. Like,
Yeah.
well, we might as well teach them something.
Yeah, no, that's the Bugtown. You got to get it's the dark cynicism of real
The
life.
truth of no, it's only good if you can convince a politician it's worthwhile in some way.
Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff. It's like, well, glad that worked out. Because that's what I want Bugtown to be. It's just true, and it like, and you're like, oh, it's just learning, and then
Don't
you see
worry,
it, and you're
parents.
like,
You don't have to have the hard conversations with your kids
oh
anymore.
yeah,
Bugtown's here for you.
Bugtown's here.
That is enough that you probably get like
Oh.
funding to make this on PBS.
Yeah.
That is something all your politicians would be in
Yeah,
favor
yo,
of.
you want to know? Let's talk about,
It's like
Let's talk
Mr.
about-
Rogers' Neighborhood, but for today.
but grimly depressing. just the worst. Oh man. All right. That's the end of Bugtown. If you want to do Bugtown, you can give it a shot. I don't think I'm talented enough. That's one of the ideas. Like I don't think, like I don't think I am adequately like talented or prepared enough, other than thinking of like I think this would be funny.
It's also the thing of like, even if you wanted to do that as a comic, which is realistically the only way
Yeah.
you could do it,
Yeah.
like you would have to work on it for so long and basically just do like a monthly release.
And I have to be real. It's one of the things. Oh. Is that when you're doing a project like that, you have to be confident that the joke is still funny, or that the passion is there. Like,
Yeah, because
like-
you're gonna burn out at some point.
that's what happened with that pajama detective slide joke. Like, I thought it was really funny for about 5 comics, and then it's like, oh, you got to keep making this, and I was like, no.
God, I need to make an actual lore book
Yeah, like, I
to
actually had
keep up with all
I had to
stuff
keep
happens.
doing it.
Time to just kill off.
There's
PJ
there's a
Detective.
there's a
Yeah, that was smart. Hey,
there's
I
a-
even made a fan character for PJ Detective.
yeah, like there's things where you get to it, and it's just like
Hey, there's your noir RPG setting.
Yeah!
I've
Think
Noir
about it.
RPG.
yeah. There
Think
you go.
about it. The easiest way to tell a story is to have someone else,
Someone else
do,
do
it.
it.
Have a group of 4 people also telling the
Yeah,
story.
you just do it. Yeah, but like it's just like jokes are just difficult. What? Oh,
We were trying to use silent hand gestures to let
No,
people
don't tell people
realize.
Trying
silent.
to do our jutsus.
let them come behind the curtain. Let them sit down with us. Let them know top shop. That's you build authenticity, and that's what you need to have. That's why we record in here. We have authenticity, so we don't have to have fake authenticity. Like when I saw the guy explaining the Magic the Gathering lore, and he had fake authenticity where he's trying to like have like a rapport with his camera person, and I'm like, you're doing this because the other people do it. That's not legit rapport.
But if you
videos-
want to talk some magic lore, I've been reading some wikis.
Oh man, I learned that Nicol Bolas gave himself the name Bolas because his real first name was Nicol, because all the other dragons had 2 names, and he was upset. So he said, I'm going to be Nicol Bolas from now on. And his brother, well, I don't remember, was
Ugin?
like, yeah, Ugin was like, no, what? That's stupid. You're stupid.
Yeah, like the more I read about Nicol Bolas, I'm like,
he's
he
great.
really is like the edgy 8th grade younger brother.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
Again, that's Magic the Gathering, though.
It's so stupid.
Like,
I
that's
love it.
why if I've decided if I'm rooting for someone in Magic, it's Nicol Bolas and Phyrexia.
Well, Bolas
'Cause
is
it's-
lost.
Phyrexia is great.
No, it's not. You telling me Magic the Gathering is creative and original enough to get
No.
rid of him forever?
He's
no.
lost for now.
No, he's
No,
not. He'll be back.
he was explicitly not killed. Listen, I
I didn't say dead. I said he's lost for now.
yeah, that means he's out of the way. Like,
That just means, I guess we got to focus on Phyrexia again for a couple
Oh,
years.
thank
Yeah.
God.
I like Phyrexia. I remember there was like an old magic school I was reading, a magic book in like high school I was reading.
Yeah.
When like one of the origins of Phyrexia, that's probably been retconned, like many of the old stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just about like this wizard who just kept replacing parts of himself.
No, I think
with
that
her.
is
that-
still Phyrexia.
Yeah.
That
And he's
is
just
still
like,
Phyrexia.
nah. And he just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Phyrexia
It's like,
is just near, but like edgy 8th grader.
yeah.
And a little more zombie.
Well, yeah, they got rid of the horny added
Yeah.
zombie.
Yeah, that was because I had to pick my like avatar in like Magic Arena, and there's a bunch of all these planeswalkers. I don't know who any of them are.
Yep.
I
All
picked,
you need are Vraska
I-
and Tibble.
I picked the undead lady.
Liliana?
Yeah, and then I learned
Oh,
that like
the one from the trailer?
yeah,
The sick Lincoln.
The
Yeah.
one that
trailer?
tried so hard and
and got so far, and in the end it didn't matter. Yeah, I picked her because she's sweet.
Oh,
I like it because
that
she's.
trailer's so good.
It's so terrible. I love it.
It's so good.
Like it is good. Like it's good. and-
Because they were so genuine with it.
it's not genuine matters. Genuine's the most important thing.
Yep.
Like in our current weird internet society, like genuine is now the currency. It's why I think that the original like Sonic Chew still works.
See,
It's
I've
why
never read any of
well,
that stuff.
why
and-
it became known.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's genuine. There's
Yeah.
no like it's not
It's-
for
it's-
play.
yeah.
You're not doing the joke of
It's
like
not Tails
uh-huh.
gets trolled.
Yeah, but like no that, and I think that's that's rare. And
yeah.
when you see something, it's
It-
like no, this is genuine.
Yeah.
And even though you're like, man, this is terrible, but like
You can see
There's
a
some
spark
heart
of
to
hope
it.
in there.
like I honestly believe like Rat Boy Genius is the same thing.
See, I'm gonna argue with you, cause you can say a lot of things about Delgo, but it's genuine.
It is genuine.
But that didn't save it.
Oh no, it's still terrible. Like you could be so you like it's not mutually exclusive being genuine.
but it
but
gets
it
you
is
in the
interesting.
door.
Yeah, it
Like,
is
as
interesting.
much as Kevin wanted to use it as an example, I'm still not going to read Sonic Chew.
No, you shouldn't. No, I mean like its staying power. I don't mean like its actual quality.
Okay.
Like there's actually things I think that are.
See, I think it also though got staying
think
power
what-
because people started going to it as a joke.
Yeah, like I think Rat Boy Genius is genuinely interesting and good, even though it looks funky and weird. But there's parts about it that are competent. Like the music and the composition of those songs are legitimately good.
I'm at most like 50% aware of even what Rat Boy Genius is.
Don't. You would hate it, Drew. Drew, this is not for you.
I-
Internet,
that's-
this is for you. You should go watch Rat Boy
That's
Genius.
why I've
Drew,
never-
You should never watch Rat Boy
That's
Genius.
why I'm like,
Don't be
only
like Drew.
half aware. It's like two
Or
notches
me.
down from Food Party. What's the one about how big name brands save us from
Oh,
mom and
that's
pop?
yeah, no, that's Food Fight. See, that's
Food Fight, there you
that's,
go.
That's actually bad. That's people like that, like ironically, it's bad. But no, like Rat Boy Genius is like legit good.
Like,
It's weirdly self-consistent, and that's what makes it. To me, that's what elevates it. Is that like, it respects its own stupid lore, like really a lot.
well, so do things like Adventure Time and
Yeah,
Kimomo Friends.
yeah, but I like Rat Boy Genius. What I'm
Oh,
telling
they're different.
you. Yeah, because I
It's
like
different because I like
because I like it. That's what matters. That is a significant detail. I'm not going to be like get on my high horse. I'm going to get on my low horse. I'm going to get in the ditch and say, yeah, I like things. That's what makes them good. More subjectivity, no objectivity here. We got to get out of that object. You look at me trying to be objectively good.
Yeah, it's the thing of like, it's why I despise when anyone says, in my opinion, this is bad. And it's like,
Nah, just
it's bad.
It's bad. Just
Bad
go.
is an opinion. You
Yeah.
learned it in school. They can't be right or
Yeah,
wrong.
I saw that, Arthur.
Yeah. It's also, predictions are also opinions.
Yeah.
If you want the facts.
Yo, you won't get on with it.
But, Nolan just tweeted he's sick.
Oh, well, I'll have to tweet Nolan to get better. Everyone
Tweet at
at
Nolan Lyon.
to get well
Please
soon.
get better. Send him your energy.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Tell him I hope that diarrhea is just passing through you and you're gonna get okay. We still it's okay, Nolan. Tweet him at that. Tweet him something dumb. What can we get him to tweet at him? It's stupid.
See, I was just gonna see if Twitter could handle the spirit bomb emoji. And I was gonna say everyone just tweet that at him.
No, because we don't want him to get too powerful.
Yeah, we do.
No, because then
Kevin, he's on your podcast.
I know, but-
Getting more powerful is only a good
yeah,
thing.
but what if he becomes like Jiren and gets too strong?
And then he'd just be an uninteresting character that'd be written off in the next arc.
Yeah, that's what Dragon Ball does. That's what we do. Did Janemba get announced? That's like the next
I
one?
don't know. There was a glitchy like.
Like he just showed up.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like a stream or the game glitched out, and it looks like the same thing they used Janemba's.
Oh, like his little jelly
yeah,
bean.
it's just
thing.
a jokey thing.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. But speaking of characters getting announced, there's been a lot of trailers for
Sam Shell.
Grand Blue.
Oh.
No, this is Grand Blue Versus.
Oh, that game.
The more I'm very curious about that game.
I'm curious.
Oddly excited, but I don't know anything about Grand Blue.
Oh, I never want to find out. To me, Grand Blue Fantasy will be that weird Arc System Works fighting game, and not the mobile game. I'm like, oh, I got.
It's also the way they're announcing them. They're sending like trailers out to random people to just show. Like Flo got 2 trailers to just show. Like he's like, hey, I'm doing this at like 5 o'clock Pacific time on this day. Justin Wong just tweeted out a trailer. Spooky had one he showed at NLBC last night.
No, I love it. Yeah, get weird. Get
Yeah.
weird. That game.
But it's also the trailers for characters who are already announced.
Yeah.
So you're just getting to see like a little more of what they do.
Yeah.
Also, in video game news, Mortal Kombat's training stage is apparently like will change with like major tournaments.
Yeah, I saw that. the
so like Combo Breaker,
one.
which watch Combo Breaker. It's next weekend.
Oh yeah. You gotta
Yeah.
do that. Put on your Twitch.
Yep.
Unless I'm streaming, then watch me. and then
Kevin, you should reach out to Comic Breaker, see if they'll let you restream it with you while like watching it and talking over it.
Call it Target Combo Breaker.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
think
go.
about it. Think
The
about
branding.
it.
The
Target.
brand. You know, if I suspect that like if you probably did something where you're like, if I spent the time and tried to make it official, they probably would let me do it.
Yeah,
I just don't
and
want
maybe
to
do it like a week, not a week beforehand.
Yeah, like
It'll be a busy week.
it's one of those like how people got into E3 back in the day when they just like,
You just say, "Yeah, I got a website."
yeah, I do videogamewebsite.com, you know, the #1 source on the East Coast.
Or you just have a friend who does do it.
Yeah. No, your friend is the manager, the managing editor of videogamewebsite.com, and he goes, "Well, yes, my employee Drew is quite good. He needs a
needs a
3
press
beta
pass."
builds, all of the beta builds, none of that swag. We're a professional run outlet. See, that's how you get them because then they think like, oh, here for the swag, and you tell them don't
No
give him no
swag.
swag, and they're like, oh, now we're gonna give him even more. he's so professional. Think about it. That's the hustle. That's how you do it.
Yeah,
See, no.
so stupid.
Well, I think that there's something to it because, like, they always talk about like, oh, we go to E3 and it's like all those people and they're just there like to get swag. But like, no, we ain't there to get swag.
Yeah, we're not sorry. We're just there to stand in line to play like 5 minutes
Yeah.
of a game and be like, "Oh, that's
Yeah,
something."
that's cool. Yo, that new whatever game's the exact same.
Just have a guy holding a camera. There's no film in the camera, but he's holding the camera.
Oh, he's holding it. He's holding it good.
Oh,
man.
speaking of like this stuff and camera nonsense, like my favorite Vinny story is still like when he's I don't know if it's GameSpot or what, and like they captured footage from one of the press events, and like a guy from a rival company came over and was like, "Hey, like we didn't have a memory card, it turns out, or whatever. Like, can we just like, can you give us your footage?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sure," because it's Vinny. And then, like, one of his, like, higher-ups got mad at him for sharing footage. Like, that could have been an exclusive. He's like, whatever, man. I'm not gonna get that guy in trouble. Like, I don't care.
It's just like the Microsoft E3 whatever. Who
Yeah.
cares? Who cares anymore?
Oh.
But yo, all right. So let's talk more about some Magic the Gathering lore. So I've been learning about what the big old monsters are. I'm not gonna know like actual names. The ones that are like the 10 cost creatures that.
Oh, the Eldrazi?
Yeah, those guys. I think they're cool.
I think they're
Galactuses?
lame.
They're cool.
They're lame.
See, no, Drew's saying they're lame to me. They only confirms that my coolness motion is on track. That means they're extra cool. That's how you know. You know. So if you listener out there, if you see the pictures of the Eldrazi and you're like, man, that's cool, then you're like, your tendency leads towards Kevin. If you look and go, that's stupid, and you're stupid, your tendency leans towards Drew.
Man, I'm about to burn some more bridges.
No,
I
do
feel
it.
like they looked at it and said, well, let's use. I don't want to use the slivers, but I want to use something sliver-esque.
To me, it's
And that's where Eldrazi happened.
we want to have our Elder God, but we want to make it not really.
Yeah,
And then
that's
they did.
slivers.
Yeah, it's great.
Think
I love
about
it.
how that is just
I
slivers.
love it. I love it. I love the one that became the moon. And then they're like, why did you put it in the moon?
I
And it's
didn't.
like, it put me itself in the moon.
It used me to put it in the moon. The moon is an egg.
What? I don't understand. Like, I just like the idea of like a monster doing something inexplicable and solving itself. And that's more threatening than it actually. It's like, why did it. It'd be like if Godzilla like gave you the weapon and then like shot himself with it. It was like, "Arr." It's like, what? Why did it do that? I don't but I think that was cool.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. This is.
Magic's dumb though.
Yep.
It's real dumb. I didn't know it had a story until like I thought
Oh,
those
see,
novels were just unrelated.
Nope,
No,
they
no.
are at the actual.
They
They were,
legit.
yeah, they're the
Yeah.
actual canon stories for that stuff.
That's
And
neat.
some of them are okay.
Sometimes it gets to like Star Wars levels of does everything need a story?
Yes.
Like during Innistrad, there's a legendary creature. It's a giant frog.
Yeah.
And it got its own short story on the official site.
Yeah,
See,
cool.
the storytelling I like is. So do you know about like the devil-looking planeswalker?
Tibble.
No.
Okay, so yeah, there's a planeswalker who's like an imp or something.
Basically a tiefling.
But he looks like a tiefling. He looks
Yeah.
like a devil, and he's a
Yeah.
planeswalker. So in like Ravnica, his card, like has 5 planeswalker points, and if you don't know how planeswalkers work, whenever they run out of planeswalker points, like they go to your graveyard. They run out of energy. They can't stay on the plane anymore. They're gone.
And they usually have abilities to give them more or give them less.
Yeah.
And then we usually a big one that's like,
Takes
take them
a
all.
lot.
Like,
Yeah.
take 10,
So
double
Tibble
your
starts
everything.
with 5. He has an ability, and only one ability, that subtracts 2. So he's clearly trying to run away from Ravnica, but he can't.
He physically can't.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's the storytelling I
thematic.
like from Magic.
Well, yeah, where it's like, it's a thematic thing.
Yeah.
I also kind of hope that, like the next expansion, we're actually going to pivot away from, like, the world-ending threats. Because it seems like,
Oh yeah, no, this is Nicol Bolas' story.
Yeah,
has come
Nicol
to an end.
Bolas
no,
is
that-
done for a while until he comes back like until the next year rotation.
Yeah,
where it's- so
until
they're gonna,
Phyrexia is done.
yeah, so we're gonna have.
To be fair, though, Magic has said they're no longer doing the blocks, so I'm sure everyone's expecting them to go to another world after this. They could theoretically just say, no, this is Ravnica Part 3, Part 4,
yeah,
and
Keep
just
on Ravnica.
never leave Ravnica again.
I think Ravnica's like the coolest place in Magic. I'm gonna be real. I
It
like the
is.
idea of
That's
like
why
the
they
big
keep
city.
going
Yeah,
there now.
It's the best one.
It's
only-
built to be the most popular, to be fair, because
It's also it's multicolor,
Yeah, it's
which is the
multicolor.
most
You got-
popular.
it gives you that tribal rivalry by, like, which guild do you like?
The only problem with Ravnica is there's like 2 or 3 guilds that just are not well thought out.
Gruul.
Yeah, Gruul is being the number
That
one.
doesn't make any. Yeah, it does not make sense compared to. I think the forest ones are
mean-
cool how they do it, where it's just like a big elf city and trees.
Yeah.
Where it's like no, that's like the big park district.
Yep.
I like
Those
some
are
of
your
the
park
ideas
rangers.
to the Gruul.
Yep,
I
literally.
like that the Gruul are literally the failed guild. Like, they were supposed to keep the city in check and didn't.
They just.
And so now they're just kind of trying to figure out what they're doing, but
It's stupid.
But it just turned into eco terrorism.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
And in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't care. This is Magic lore. But I like the idea that one of the plans to defeat old Nicol Bolas was like Jace was just going to arrest him using like Ravnica's laws.
oh yeah,
'Cause
because
he
he
was-
was like
yeah,
he
'cause-
was like the embodiment of
Yeah,
law
like, well,
or
it was one of those
something.
things where, like, all right, if they're here and he's technically breaking the law, I can
Then I
use
can
the
arrest
city's
him.
power to say stop it, and then that will at least slow him down somehow. But that didn't work because he just portaled in evil zombies covered in metal.
I think,
Yeah, he's okay. So yeah, if you don't know, he had an ancient Egyptian world where he just made a religion that wanted you to be super tough and then die for him, so he could just have an army of super zombies.
Yep. And then they covered him in metal to Terminator it. Except it was reverse Terminator. So in Terminator, you had to cover your robots in skin to time travel, and in this one, you had to cover your zombies in metal to like planes travel.
interdimensional
It kind
travel.
of
Yeah, because
it makes sense.
yeah, they're
'cause,
they're not going through time.
they're
They're
going through
through
space,
yeah.
so they got to switch it up. It makes sense. It's real stupid, but it makes sense.
I think my favorite piece of little lore that came from this one was when the leader of the Demir Black Blue Guild, who's a shapeshifter, faked a fight as the pyromancer girl by just disguising himself as her and
had
using a
It's like,
flamethrower.
I'm burning stuff. I liked. Okay, so there was a thing, and once again, maybe wrong, because I'm going from like this is like videos I've been watching, where there's like this immortal knight dude, and he has this legendary artifact like the Black Blade, and Nicol Bolas is like, that's the only thing that can kill me. And at the end, the dude gets on him. He's like making this big old charge. He gets on a demon. He does like a literally like fastball special and hits Nicol Bolas right in the head, and then the blade breaks. Nicol Bolas is like, you idiots! That would never hurt me. I told you it would. You're stupid. You're stupid and dumb. I made you go on this big old long quest to get the ancient sword. That was crap. And I was like, that's great. It's just like, you wasted all this guy's time adventuring and questing, and like, yeah, that thing couldn't hurt me. It's just a sword.
Well, can you waste an immortal man's time?
Well, when you're trying to do your own plan. So like, if he was, what
Yeah,
if
just
he was
to
just
make
like
sure-
straight up just fighting you? That's worse than him just going off,
Yeah,
like
then-
questing the Lady of the Lake or whatever, and doing like, trying to unlock a blade. Oh, that's great. Love it. A lot more stupid things. I think it was rumored that next one's going to be on like a deserty planet. Or at least part of it, because that's one of the Planeswalker guys is from like a new place that no one had ever been to.
Oh, yeah,
Well, they already
the
did
shield
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's his city is like surrounded by 2 storms full of diamonds.
Yep.
So everyone is just like
Really
focusing. It's
good
like,
at it.
We make shield magic
Real
or
good.
we die.
Yeah, we're real good. I kind of like, but I want like a smaller, not like world-ending,
Just
not a
contained.
universe-ending threat. It can even be in Magic a world-ending threat.
There's
That's like
a
a
lot of those.
significant
Small
like,
stakes,
small
just
stakes,
end
just
of the
one.
world.
Yeah, just one.
Just one world we'd never really heard about before.
Yeah, let us
Like,
Not
a nice
necessarily someone-
Kamigawa block.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Maybe go back to Kamigawa.
They never going back to Kamigawa.
Never go. I like Kamigawa.
did like
Kamigawa and
Kamigawa.
Lorwyn are just... Why go back to them when we can go back to Ravnica a 4th time?
Think about it.
No, it's gonna be Mirrodin 3, Ravnica 2. Think about it. That's the ones. Yeah, I also like Mirrodin. I think Mirrodin's cool.
Yeah.
I think Mirrodin's cool.
Really, I kind of like all the planes on Magic. Even their
I like
generic
the
one.
Arabian Night one. Let's go back there. I think that's cool. Because it's all like djinns and stuff.
Like, I never get into the Dominaria stuff just because there's, like, so much of it.
To me, Dominaria's lame. It's just it's
See,
like
I'm okay.
prototypical fantasy.
That's how I feel about Forgotten Realms.
Well, Forgotten Realms is lame. I don't like Forgotten Realms. Get that out of
It's
here.
That's why
but
real
like,
people
but
go for
Dominaria,
Eberron.
I like. No, Eberron is lame.
I want the Arabian Nights, and then we get Blue Will Smith as the legendary planeswalker, and he shows up. Think about it. He breaks the seal because that plane was copied 1,000 times or whatever, or maybe it was like 100 times. There's like 101, literally 101 Arabian Nights or some stupid crap like that.
Also, couldn't help but notice that, like, all of Teferi, he's like this blue-white wizard guy. All of his cards lately are just straight up Idris Elba.
Yeah, no, that dude.
Clearly, they got their casting made.
Yeah, now they know.
Like,
Yeah, he's a super soldier. That's how Hobbs and Shaw ends. Is that
they go back in time.
no? So Hobbs and Shaw have to do a combined drift to open the time portal, and he's like, oh, and he gets thrown back through time, but he absorbs some of the time magic that ignites his planeswalking spark, so he unwittingly time travels. Think about it.
If I was closer to the computer, I would have just hit pause and then unpaused when you were done talking, so there'd just be a hard cut. Okay, you're leaving.
All right.
That's
So
fine.
we'll end this podcast.
No, you can keep going.
Oh, we're gonna pause.
Yeah, we just need to.
You don't even need to pause. We just have
Yeah,
to
we
turn
just
the
need to-
PlayStation off.